Hello, my name is Jonny Maunders and this is the week what just happened. Chancellor Rishi Sunak unveiled his spending review, marking the beginning of Austerity 2.0, the least anticipated sequel since Basic Instinct 2. He said that his announcement delivered on the priorities of the British people. I don't remember us having a big national priorities meeting, but it's not like a Tory to use spin, so it must have just clashed with EastEnders. I'm glad those present picked more austerity as our top priority, but I'm kind of excited to see what they voted second. Handing Serco more dodgy contracts or another Windrush scandal. Predictably, most public sector workers will see a pay freeze. Sunak justified this by saying that many private sector workers have been laid off or furloughed. He's right. Private sector workers aren't struggling because the government's mishandled the pandemic and isn't properly compensating those who can't work, but because frontline care workers greedily want a pay rise. Sunak also refused to retain the 20 quid a week universal credit top-up. That must be because as soon as COVID-19 disappears, everyone will automatically be 20 quid a week better off. I have to admit, I didn't realise that COVID debited us every week, but it makes total sense. How else could it afford to bribe the government to keep cocking it up? But fear not, it's not all cuts. Rishi Sunak announced a big rise in military spending. That should be a big comfort to us all. Just imagine if we had a government that selfishly lowered poverty instead of buying a ton of weapons to counter a threat that doesn't exist. Sunak said the military spending hike was necessary to strengthen the UK's place in the world. He's right. After all, nothing earns the respect of your neighbours more than telling people you don't have enough money to feed your kids and then splurging the cash you've hidden under the sofa on a bunch of weapons to intimidate people across town with. Meanwhile, Boris Johnson unveiled a new tier system in England. He said the move would bring simplicity and clarity. If there's one person we can trust to bring us clarity, it's Boris, just as long as it doesn't involve speaking or remembering any rules. Boris went on to say that we cannot divide the country up into loads and loads of very complicated subdivisions. He's right, that's why he's made it very simple and just plonked the whole of the north in tier 3. Lastly, football legend Diego Maradona tragically died aged 60. As well as winning 2 World Cups and scoring what many think is the best ever goal, he was a consistent opponent of US imperialism, supporting the governments of Venezuela and Cuba and defending the Palestinian cause. With that in mind, it's a bit surprising that Donald Trump hasn't triumphantly claimed responsibility for Maradona's death, citing it as his Bin Laden moment. However, for many he'll be remembered for his flaws, such as demonstrating that cocaine addicts can still reach the top, inspiring a generation of Etonians.